Welcome to special episode of Ganesh Chaturthi at the Emerging Lawyer, the Coffee Con show powered by the Emerging India Forum, TIF, and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Copywriting a Path, Riddhi Tulshian on Law, Tech, and Identity. With a master's in intellectual property and policy from the University of Washington, Riddhi brings global insights to her current role as senior associate at AZBN Partners. Her journey has taken her through leading law firms, cutting edge data law cases, and even the heart of media and OTT licensing. Riddhi isn't just decoding laws, she is shaping the future of IP, tech, and privacy law in India. Join us as we explore the many shades of this legal journey, professional, personal, and we come to know Riddhi as a person. So we are at AWFS co-working space on a Saturday afternoon. So welcome Riddhi to today's special Ganesh Chaturthi episode.
Thank you so much.
So let me explain you. There will be 3 rounds: professional, personal, and a rapid fire round where you will be in the hot seat and here's the inspiration. Legal AI 101. It has been autographed, but you have to win it first.
Okay.
Chalo. So let's begin. Friend, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Connection and a legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution. We offer legal tech solutions, software licensing, tech training to law firms, startups, SMEs, and corporate legal. So my first question, Riddhi, how has the journey shaped up, and what were the key defining moments you had?
So I have been wanting to be a lawyer since I was a kid, but once I went to law school, picking NMIMS was a game changer because it was in the heart of Bombay and gave me access to a lot of law firms for internships. After that, one of the key defining moments in my life would be working with TMT Law Practice, where I worked in the midst of media and entertainment with some of the greatest lawyers, learned a lot about contracts and negotiations. So that was definitely one of the key defining moments in my career. After that, definitely going to the US and studying at the University of Washington and doing my LLM in IP and policy helped me shape up my views on global legal tech and how a pivot from media to tech was foreseeable in the future because it was one of the evolving spaces in legal IP laws. After that, working at AZB has been an amazing journey because it's one of the tier 1 law firms and it gives you access to a lot of big deals and great lawyers from whom I've definitely learned a lot.
Wow, beautiful journey. Okay, so let's dive deep into conversation. What kind of IP cases do you find most intellectually stimulating, and why?
So currently, like how we know, like some of the top IP cases are those involving AI and copyright. That is something that I'm very fascinated by because it's not something that's really written in law. Obviously, we've seen that tech is evolving faster than law and the law is catching up. So a lot of the AI training or AI created outputs, the law is fascinating because it's still developing. Different jurisdictions have a different take on it. And mostly all jurisdictions, US, EU, India, are dealing with how to basically deal with the copyrightability of the same.
Wow. So in your previous journey with OTT platform and media companies, how do you see content law evolving in the age of AI generated media?
Like I said, firstly, definitely this bit on copyrightability. The US is looking at transformative use as a use case for training AI, but there's obviously like an open AI case in India also happening. A few of the cases have been ruled in the US, but none have come in India. So that's something that will obviously shape how content is being seen. But the content being developed in the space of media, the content being created by AI is more of a challenge because the Indian copyright laws only deal with a human as an author. There is no scope for an AI. Obviously, if there is a little bit of human input, then there is argument to be made that it is owned by the person who's given the inputs. But that's a space that's still to be seen whether a copyright change is going to come in. But also who is to be held responsible because AI can create a lot of defamatory speech, hate speech, or wrong citations. So who is held responsible? The creator, the platform, or the person using the AI is something that's an evolving space in content and media.
Wow. So, what's one data privacy myth you often find yourself correcting clients or peers on?
Mostly clients feel like the data privacy laws don't apply to them. So that's a very common myth that we've been
So वो बोलेंगे तुम क्या
busting.
करेंगे काम? How will you bill
Yeah,
bill for
but
FAZD?
everyone's busting those myths that, that they think that just because they don't collect any sensitive data, so they're not bound by any data privacy laws. But even the current data privacy laws, which are the SPDI rules, apply to almost all entities who are collecting and processing data. So that is one of the most common myths we've seen on applicability of data laws.
Wow. So, what's a legal challenge in India that you believe is severely under discussed in the tech or IP space?
The legal challenge, I think, that is severely under discussed would be compliance with the new laws by startups or MSMEs or non tech companies, I would say, because the new data laws or the new tech laws are being formulated in a manner which is easier to implement practically for a tech company. But for startups and MSMEs or maybe manufacturing companies, it's a lot of compliance burden because they're not that tech savvy or do not have so much of a budget to implement legal changes. For example, like implementing a consent mechanism on a website is a lot of back end technical work, which is a lot of money for those startups and small enterprises, I would say.
Wow. So, while drafting SaaS agreements, what are the key elements one has to consider?
A SaaS agreement is a software as a service licensing agreement. Basically, the key obviously factors would be like how long is the license going to be with you. Obviously, if I'm like my client is taking the license. Obviously, if it's a key software that the client is going to be using in his business and day to day, obviously we'll need like a longer period of the license, a stricter termination clause, a stricter breach clause, because in case of breach by the licensor, we would need them to kind of be able to still use the software. But also we try and draft in a way that it's easier for people to understand, because not everyone picks up on legal jargon, especially startups who are licensing these SaaS licenses to the clients. So obviously depends on who's reading the document as how you have to draft it, like keep it simple, break it up, and maybe give examples as well.
Wow. As you said earlier, you went to University of Washington.
Yeah.
Why did you select to go to University of Washington, and how did it help in shaping your perspective on global legal frameworks, especially data privacy, IP?
So University of Washington is based out of Seattle in the US, which is the heart of tech. West Coast, including California and Washington, has been at the heart of the tech revolution. Most of the biggest tech companies are based out of there. So a lot of I picked that college because a lot of the faculty who was visiting faculty at the university were lawyers who worked at some of the biggest companies, maybe like Amazon and Microsoft and Starbucks. So those were people who were seeing how practically tech and data laws were shaping around the globe, especially since they were working at some of the biggest MNCs. So that was one of the biggest takeaway, their learnings, their experience with how the law is shaping up, how to implement it in favor of your client is something that has been the biggest takeaway for me from University of Washington.
Wow. So, Riddhi, how do you stay updated with fast-moving global IP and tech regulations?
There is a lot of data to be consumed online. People are writing every day. There's judgments being passed every day, and there's so many legal blogs and webinars happening on a daily basis. So every day, once I wake up, at least 30 to 40 minutes, I'm on LinkedIn and the legal websites reviewing if there has been a new update, a new kind of law that is coming up, or what the chat around the ministry has been. Sometimes there's talks that the minister has said that this is something that they are going to propose. So it's important to be updated, because a lot of our global clientele is also looking for upcoming laws to know what is going to happen in the future, so that they can be better prepared for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how's the experience been using AI and legal tools for your work?
I feel like legal tools and AI is a good starting point, definitely. I remember as a junior, we were always looking through judgments and, so many commentaries and sifting through them. So the AI reduces the manual labor time, definitely, because it gives you a great starting point. But to fix it up to your client's needs and expectations, I don't think the AI can obviously replace a lawyer, but definitely it's been great to have a quick starting point to see, okay, maybe this is where we can look at, and these are the cases, and then you can move on from that, definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like really, yeah, who influence you from the world of legal, or how do you keep yourself, like there are different sites are there where you get your information updates for viewers out there who are lawyers who would be setting up into being a niche area of IP, tech law, data privacy.
So I feel like mostly all the tier one law firms are writing a lot about tech, data privacy, and AI. So without taking any names, like you can always look up all the legal blogs or newsletters that these law firms are publishing. They are a great source of information for a law student or an upcoming lawyer looking to learn more about tech and AI or data privacy. But also there's a bunch of different legal platforms and legal blogs that are going to educate you on what's happening, new judgments, new laws being proposed, and they do a great job of summarizing. Mostly they are authored by young lawyers or partners at big law firms. So, great source of information, definitely.
Wow. So you're referring to Lexology, Spicy, and all those. So can you list down?
I mean, I just don't want to list down a bunch of
No, no,
them, but
Lexology is
because
doing good work up our content for IP.
yeah,
Spicy
I might
also.
miss out on a few, so don't want to upset anyone. But definitely Lexology, Spicy IP, IPRment Law. So there's a bunch of it actually, and all the top tier law firms are doing a great job with their newsletters.
Then अपना ये भी है Vipo.
Yeah, Vipo is obviously great. Yeah,
Yeah.
for global IP and copyright
Yes,
trademark, they're great.
yes.
I actually attended the WIPO summer school in 2019, which was a brilliant experience according to me. If anyone would, any IP lawyer should definitely go ahead and attend it.
So can you share more details, because this is a really insightful insight you've shared. Okay.
Yeah.
See, we want more. This platform is called, what is it? Okay. You're sharing your journey, your
Yeah.
insights, and you're inspiring new legal professionals who are coming in this field.
Yeah.
Okay, what journey you went through? So can you tell more about that? So then we can.
Definitely.
So go ahead.
So basically, I attended the WIPO IP summer school in 2019. It was the year I think I graduated. It was a lovely experience. You get to meet people from different parts of Europe, maybe some from India. I met a lot of people, some of them practicing in patents, some in trademarks, some were into fashion law, and you learn a lot about how people are viewing laws, global laws, differently in different parts of different countries. I met someone who had authored a book on patents, and someone who was practicing fashion law in Paris. So it's obviously like a bunch of different experiences, and each experience is great to learn from. Also, they give you a bunch of, case studies, and like you can negotiate against another team. So those are great learning opportunities for any new lawyer, definitely.
So all those viewers out there, especially the Gen Z lawyers, so go for this WIPO course or any other. There are a lot more insights being shared by the coffee speakers. So what upskilling, learning initiatives they take, you follow, and you can also discover your learning path and come and get featured at the Coffee Con Show, where you can share your journey and continue the conversation. So my last one. As a young woman in law, especially in tech law, what's your message to others navigating male dominated legal corridors?
A lot of women are told not to speak until they're sure about what they're speaking, whereas other people are speaking with half the information. So I would say be confident, speak up, ask questions, read, research, and constantly upgrade yourself. But always be confident enough to speak up, because even if you don't know something, it's okay. You can ask questions. People are there to help you out. Reach out to other women practicing in the same field. I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of what I am today is because of the women in my space who have been the biggest cheerleaders.
Wow, beautiful. So let's go to the next round and understand Riddhi as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
So I grew up in a Marwari family in Kolkata. We were living in a joint family, and I have three siblings. So we were four, but we grew up with education being the center of our lives, obviously. But my parents supported all of our dreams, and I'm a lawyer. My elder sister is a CSCFA. My younger sister is a banker, MBA. My younger brother is an engineer. So we've all taken different paths, but our father always supported us, and he's always taught us that we have to be kind and give back to the society. But he also always taught us that the world doesn't shape us, we shape ourselves, and we need to understand how we want to be as people, and we should be kind and we should give back to the society.
Wow. So let's go to your college days, NMIMS.
Yeah.
What are your memories, experience from there?
I had a great time at NMIMS. It was 5 years of my life. It was another world. I felt like we were there. People were moving on, doing 3-year courses, but we were there for 5 years. It was a great learning experience. But also, like I said before, Bombay being the hub of a lot of big law firms gave us great opportunities for interning with media law firms and production companies. That was one of the biggest advantages of doing my law degree in Bombay, I think. But also, NMIMS is a growing field, growing college in general, with different courses of MBA and economics. So we obviously had great faculty for our BBA courses as well.
Wow. So Riddhi, what's one ritual or routine that grounds you after a high pressure legal workday?
My ritual to have come back home and speak to my parents, for give them a download of my entire day. I'm still a 30-year-old woman. I still talk to my parents every night after work. And reading a book, like just taking the time, decompressing from all gadgets and reading my books. There was a time when I was not doing a lot of non-legal reading, but now it's been back to practice with the reading, and it's something that helps me decompress after work.
Wow. So thank you for leading me to my next question. What's the last book or show that has deeply moved or inspired you?
So the last book, actually, it was which inspired me, was a reread. It's one of my favorite books called Tuesdays with Maury, and it actually shows you that how it talks about how life's more than your achievements. It talks about how you should take time to find time for your loved ones and to build something that is not only your commercial and your career success. There's a very great line that they talk about, that you negotiate to win in business, but in life, when you negotiate, you have to think about the other person as well, because you care about them winning as well. So it's a great learning. A TV show, actually, I've watched this historical fiction show, which was called All the Things That Throw Light, or something like that. I don't know. It's set in the World War II with a blind girl, and it talks about hope in the darkest of times. So that was a great show. I like watching historical dramas and
Wow.
historical fiction.
So what is a hobby or interest which you have recently taken up?
I've not taken up any new hobby per se. I tried playing pickleball a couple of times. Honestly, I haven't been great at it. But reading and swimming and badminton have been hobbies that I've been doing since I was a kid. So, yeah.
Wow. So if you had one day away from work, no internet, no phones, how would you spend it?
Maybe a great property, a hotel or a villa somewhere close to a forest or the mountains with my book and my family having a great time. We as family play a lot of board games and card games. So yeah, that would be my ideal vacation.
Wow. So this is a Ganesh Chaturthi special episode. What message would you like to give to our viewers out there?
Happy Ganesh Chaturthi to all. Ganpati Bappa Moria.
So my last one is googly one. Describe Riddhi in one line.
That's a difficult one, but I think I'm a passionate person and I take up anything that I take up with a lot of passion and put in effort for it.
Wow. So let's go to the next round, the rapid fire round, and put you in the hot seat. Your go to comfort food.
Ramen,
Uh, midnight oil or morning hustle.
morning hustle.
Your dream travel place.
My dream travel place. Mm, okay, I'm scared. My dream travel place would be somewhere in the Europe, maybe.
Best piece of advice received.
Best piece of advice received is from my father that don't change what you would do because someone else did something that they shouldn't have.
Your favorite color.
Black.
Okay. A mantra you live by.
A mantra I live by: work hard, party harder.
Okay. Best ये Marwadi cuisine.
Best Marwari food would be dal bati churma. I love it.
Tea or coffee to recharge.
Coffee.
Let's restore. So you did well. And here's a book.
Thank you.
And it has been autographed also.
Thank you.
So as we wrap up this inspiring conversation with Riddhi on Ganesh Chaturthi, one thing is clear: Riddhi is not just practicing law; she is helping go ahead in it. From IP to data privacy, from media licensing to tech regulation, her journey reflects the courage to innovate and the conviction to lead. To our audience out there, the message that resilience, curiosity, and authenticity will always set you apart, no matter the field you are in. So subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show, where there are 500 plus coffee speakers sharing their professional, personal journey, and you will a lot of things to learn, inspired by. And if you want to be featured like Riddhi, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum, or LinkedIn page, and fill in the form. Our team will connect with you and invite you to have a conversation, a cup of coffee.